Welcome to this video. My name is Eva, and in this video I show you what you need if you want to start a raw vegan or a fruit-based diet. So I share with you the basics and also some advanced stuff. And yeah, I'm pretty excited because it took me quite a while to figure out what I need exactly, and I wish I had seen a video where someone explains it in a very good way. So that's what I want to do today. So what you need is for sure a very big bowl, because you will notice if you go to a raw vegan diet or fruit-based diet, you're gonna buy a lot more fruit and vegetables. So just having a big bowl where you put in fruit or vegetables is just very convenient. And also what I have is this smaller bowl, and I love it so much because it's out of wood and it's so beautiful, and I put in salads and then eat the salads out of this bowl, and I like it so much. So yeah, because when you go to a fruit-based diet or a raw vegan diet, you're gonna eat a lot more salads for sure, so having this bowl is just so good. And also I use smaller bowls, so I have these smaller bowls, and like I love this so much, it's so beautiful. And yeah, but I mean, you just use a bowl, and it's amazing for making raw vegan porridge, or if you want to make a smoothie bowl. Just having these cute little bowls is so helpful, and I have a lot more in the kitchen, but I just wanted to share with you too. So, and then of course you need a knife, and yeah, you need for sure one big knife, and you probably already have that. And yeah, and I use it, I think, almost every single day, because if you want to cut open a melon or something like that. And also a small sharp knife is very important if you want to cut like apples, pears, papaya, etc., or tomatoes. It's really important, so having a small knife. And then of course having, like, the basics, a spoon, a fork and a knife that you can use for just eating your salads or eating your fruit. Very important. But you must probably already have it at home. And yeah, and then I really love this one. It's for peeling vegetables like cucumber or something. I really use it a lot, and it's very cheap as well, so that's really nice if you have that. So I think I would say, like, this is the foundation. This is really what you need in order to eat a fruit-based diet. And I think people say, oh, you need so much stuff and it's so inconvenient and you cannot do it, but I'm eating this way for over four and a half years now, and I've been traveling. I've been having a job where I worked like 12-hour shifts. I was in school, in university. I had a job. I have another job now. I had a lot of time. I had very little time, and I think it really depends on your mindset, if you want to make it work or if you want to find an excuse. It really comes down to that, because yeah, I mean, if something is very important to you, you might already know it, you can do it. It just takes planning and prioritizing for sure. But this is the foundation, so very cheap. You most probably already have it at home. I would also recommend a cutting board, just for cutting vegetables, and that's it. So very simple. But now I just want to share with you more things that I use and that are really helpful. So first of all, I'm gonna show you a blender, and I'm gonna get it. 1 second. is my blender. I love it so much, and this is no advertisement. I generally really love this. Oh, there's a fly. I really love this blender so much because it's so good quality. I bought it 4.5 years ago, right when I started my raw vegan journey, and I think I used it almost every single day, at least once. Sometimes I use it twice, once for a smoothie and once for a salad dressing. I love it. And like before, I had a blender that was like a blender that you buy for 50 euros or 40 euros, but it was so low quality that it broke so easily. And this one, I think I paid 260 maybe, I don't really remember. But yeah, I use it every single day. It's so good quality. You can make nice cream from frozen bananas. And the consistency gets so creamy, and there's like a whole world of a difference between like a very good blender and a blender, you know, that you buy for 20 or 30 euros. It's really such a big difference. And with that also comes like this thing and you just put it like here, and then it's easier to blend. And also what I use, and which I find super good, is this one. I don't know if you can see. And yeah, it's just so nice to scrub down here on the outer lines and to really get the most from your blender. So having this is very nice. And I want to say I'm very sorry for my English. I'm German. Yeah, but I have a lot of people that I want to help with this information, not just people from Germany. So I hope it's okay if my English is a little bit bad. But yeah, having a good blender is amazing. I have the brand Omni Blend. It's no advertisement, but I love this brand. And yeah, so I would recommend, like, if you want to make a fruit-based diet or a raw vegan diet work for you, then definitely buy a blender. It's so important. Like, smoothies are just key. I think smoothies are the most important thing, especially if you have a super busy day, like when I was working 12-hour shifts or 13-hour shifts, and you really want to have smoothies because you can put in like 10 bananas, you just blend it with maybe frozen berries or something to make a really delicious smoothie, and you can drink a lot when you smoothie, and you feel carved up in a way and satisfied even though you don't have much time to eat. So really important. And the next thing I'm going to show you is something super special. It's this amazing food processor. I love it so much. I bought it actually recently, and I love it. I absolutely adore it. And the thing about a food processor is you can put in just, for example, zucchini or carrot, and you put it inside of here, and then you can just press it down, and what it does, it cuts the zucchini so easily, and it literally takes maybe 10 seconds or 20 seconds to really cut all the vegetables that you want to cut. And you can also make so many different textures, and you will realize if you do a raw vegan diet or a fruit-based diet for many years, at one point you really want to experiment and you want to have different textures, especially if you live in a climate where the fruit quality is not that good. So what you do is basically, yeah, use a food processor. You can make so many delicious things, and like sometimes I make raw vegan burgers and I use the food processor to just you know, create textures. Like, for example, blend sun-dried tomato, carrot, zucchini, and dates, and the texture is so delicious. And yeah, it's just amazing. I love it. This one was, I'm not sure, I think 65 euros or 55 euros, something like that. But I love it so much. And I mean, yes, you have to clean it. Our washing machine broke. So, but if you have a washing machine, it's so easy because you just put it into the washing machine and it's done. So simple, so easy. I love it. I really love it. And this is not a must-have. As I said, I did 4 years of a fruit-based raw vegan diet without that, and I survived. But it's definitely cool to make different dishes and have different textures for sure. So I love that one. and I can really recommend it. This one is a Spiralizer. I really like it so much because what you can do is you can put zucchini in here and then it spiralizes the fruit. But to be honest, this model, like, it's a very cheap one. I bought it I think for 20 euros or 15 euros, and it breaks super easily, and that's why I always think it's so important to invest in good quality, because you have so much less stress. Because now I think like, oh, do I want to buy a new thing, and I don't like to buy plastic so much, so it's like I don't know, maybe investing in a very good one from the beginning is nice, but if you don't want one, it's not necessary. It's just a really nice touch if you're on a rubbing diet to make spiralized zucchini. Yeah, so that's basically it. But I don't know, it's not a must-have, it's just something very cool to have. And the next thing that I show you is, one second, Lord, or I go a lot by train, etc. So having these plastic containers is really amazing, and they are reusable, so I use them very often. And I love containers that are waterproof, so you can put in sauces and then you can just close them and you can use them everywhere, and that's really, really great, especially if you go traveling where you need, I don't know, some dates or something. You can put them in here and it's really, really great. And yeah, just having plastic containers or containers of any sort is really, really helpful. I have a lot more in the kitchen, but I just wanted to show you an example of what I have. They're also amazing if you have, for example, fruit that you want to freeze, and you put them into a container and then freeze them, and it's great. Or you want to make something last longer and you want to put them first in here and then you can put them in the fridge. And this is like a water bottle. I have a lot more, but I just wanted to show you this one. It's just, you know, you can put in water. What I do is I have also a big one, like a big water bottle, and I put in smoothies, and that's great if you're like, as I said, 12-hour shift or something. You can just put in a big smoothie and then you can drink it, and yeah, if you don't have that much time to eat, then that's perfect. So yeah, that's really, really important to have. Now I want to show you two things that are definitely not necessary, like not necessary, for sure not. And this is first this burger press. I just really love it because when I make raw vegan burgers, I can just put in the food in here, and then I can press it down, and then I can put it in the dehydrator, and you can create amazing burger patties, raw vegan burger patties. And it's just such a cool thing if you're doing a raw vegan diet for a longer period of time, like many years, and you want something different, or if you just started and you miss the cooked feeling, making raw vegan burgers is amazing. And yeah, so definitely not necessary, but I just love it. And you know, I think in life it's with clothes. I mean, like in reality I might need 2 trousers, 2 t-shirts, and that's it. But you know, even though I love minimalism, I think sometimes in life you want to have different colors. Okay, I'm a lot like that. Have different things that makes life a lot nicer, you know? So sometimes buying things like this is just gives your raw vegan diet such a nice touch. And yeah, the next thing that is also definitely not necessary but that I really like is this another really amazing advice is this small blender, and I use it when I go traveling, for example, for a week, and I don't want to take my big blender. It's just really cool to make you know, smoothies. And yeah, I really love it, but it's definitely not necessary. Because if you have one good blender, that's really all you need. But yeah, I just like it. It's just small and you can use it if you go 2 weeks somewhere. But yeah, it's not like it's not necessary, but it's cool to have. So yeah, this is that. And then one last thing I want to show you is, so this is the last thing I want to show you for today, and it's a dehydrator. And I like it so much. It's definitely not necessary as well, but if you plan to do a raw vegan diet or a food-based diet for many years, it can really be a nice item to have, because what you do with a dehydrator and what's the difference to an oven is that a dehydrator dries food. So probably you already know that if you bake food or if you heat food at a very high temperature, you kill the enzymes and the molecular structure changes, which makes it very hard to assimilate the nutrients. And that's one reason why people who eat a fruit-based diet eat a fruit-based diet. And with a dehydrator you don't have that. So with a dehydrator you basically have the dehydrator and you dehydrate food at very low temperature over a lot of hours, and it's so cool. I like it so much because you can make so many different creations, like food. With a dehydrator, for example, you can make raw vegan cinnamon rolls by just dehydrating bananas and then putting on some date sauce and rolling it. It's so good. Like, I create a raw vegan recipe ebook where I show you how to make raw vegan cinnamon rolls, or how to make raw vegan burger patties, all of that. And that's what you can do with a dehydrator. And there are different devices of dehydrators. So this is one that I bought because it's quite light, and that's because I want to move actually to the Canary Islands and I don't want to stay here. So I wanted to have something that I can take with me to a different country, because it's really light. I think it's 3 or 4 kilograms, and it was not that expensive. I think it was 170 or something, but I mean, if you use it your whole life, then I personally don't find it to be that expensive. And yeah, I really like it because you can make so many different raw vegan raw vegan dishes with it, or dehydrated vegetables like tomatoes, and it's just so nice to create different flavors on a raw vegan diet. And yeah, but I mean, there are different devices out there, or different types of dehydrators out there. As always, I personally would always recommend to invest in a good quality, because if you buy something for 20 euros, then it's most probably just gonna break in a couple of months, and that's not what I want. So yeah, having this device is really nice. It's an Italian brand and it was made in Italy. So yeah, so basically this is all I want to share with you today. As you might probably think, you don't need all of the things. You basically just need a knife, a cutting board, and a bowl to make your raw vegan diet work. But if you're on a raw vegan diet or a fruit-based diet for many years or many months, or it is something that you want to do long term, I would just recommend to invest in different devices, because it's so cool to create different textures, and with the food processor you save a lot of time, and it's just so nice to create different flavors, textures, and all of that. And you might think maybe that a raw vegan diet or a fruit-based diet is limited, that you cannot do many things with it, but there's so much that you can create. Really, there's so much. So if you want to learn more about a fruit-based diet or a raw vegan diet, I would definitely recommend to tap the link in my comment section or in the description box, because I currently have a raw vegan meal plan, but I'm working on an amazing raw vegan meal plan. And especially if you look at this video a couple of months or maybe a year later, the raw vegan meal plan is already out there, and it's over 80 pages filled with so much information. So yeah, I would highly recommend to check it out, because it's really helpful if you're new to a raw vegan diet, or if you just want to learn more about eating more fruit and vegetables and all the amazing benefits that you can get from it. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you have any more questions or any comments, please feel free to post them in the comment section. I read them. I love to hear from you. And yeah, and if you want to learn more about me, I'm also on Instagram. I share a lot about my life and about the raw vegan diet, of course, or the fruit-based diet, of course. So yeah, I hope you have a wonderful day and see you in my next video. Bye bye!